Hi, this is Tyler Kettle, and this is another reading of Stars and Stripes Hold the Freedom, the story of a group of, well, really idiots in press corps and their general antics, and they are just about to get into a bit of trouble. I don't think this is good. Frankie and I stand to attention as Andy's chewing and loud slurps fill the air. Melvin stares with confusion at the buttons along the disc. Hey, Melvin, when's the show supposed to start? And he yells as he leans back and tosses a Pop Tart crumb into his mouth. You should be standing at attention. Ignoring Andy, Melvin presses one of the buttons. Nothing happens. I hope you didn't lose the instructions, Andy mentions. Hey, Melvin, do you want us to help you? Frankie takes a step towards Melvin. Again, I don't need your help. Melvin looks over the buttons as Frankie snaps back to attention. Melvin presses another button and the transparent form of a broad-shouldered, slightly pudgy, older man with a thick mustache appears on the disc. General Johnson, sir. Melvin stands to attention. Sergeant Shockley, why is your uniform torn? Johnson gestures at the rips in Melvin's uniform. Fell down the stairs, sir. Melvin answers. You fell? Did you damage the device? Do you know how many taxpayers we have to lie to you to get a device like that? General Johnson yells in Melvin's face. No idea, sir, and I'm sorry you're falling. I'll make sure to complete a report over the incident and accept any punishment. Melvin replies, make sure you do. General Johnson looks over at us. Fear grips me. Andy hasn't slowed down his eating. The general stares in his direction. Private, why are you not standing to attention? Johnson asks Andy. Because it's my lunchtime, Andy responds. Both Frankie and I direct hard stares at Andy, who takes another bite of his Pop-Tart. Sergeant Shockley pushes the device to that private's desk immediately. Johnson orders. Right away, sir. Melvin pushes the disc. From where I'm standing, I can see sweat coating Melvin's forehead. The disc moves slow due to Melvin favoring his other hand. Johnson looks around. Why are we moving so slow, Sergeant? Sorry, sir, but my wrist might be sprained, and I think I might be concussed, sir. Melvin keeps pushing the device. Back in my day, we pushed tanks through the mud with more injuries. Faster, Sergeant. General orders as Melvin pushes faster. I can hear him groaning and wincing in pain from here. Meanwhile, I'm standing behind my desk, wishing that hole would open up. Take me to Narnia or Oz. Fuck. I think North Korea or America at this point. Finally, Melvin brings the device to Andy's desk, allowing the general to stare down at Andy, who does not slow down his lunch time. Stand to attention, Private, the general orders. Why should I? Andy stares at the desk. Andy, I whisper. Say less, Private. Johnson looked over at me before directing his attention back at Andy. Stand to attention now. Fine. Andy slowly gets to his feet, brushing the Pop-Tart dust off his shirt. He does not salute. Why are you in proper uniform? And your hair, your desk. For God's sake, Private, do you have any respect for yourself? Johnson narrows his eyes at Andy. Am I supposed to? Andy picks up his drink from his desk and takes a sip. Now I desperately want that poor old Oz, Narnia, literally anywhere else. But by how hard Andy is staring at the floor, it seems as if he wouldn't be that far behind. What is this, Private? The general points at Andy's figurine of Donald Trump being bent over by a bear. I think it's fairly self-explanatory. Do you need glasses? Andy asks. Why would you have something like this on your desk? Johnson's nose flares like a bull. Because it's funny. Andy answers back. How is it funny? Because it's Donald Trump being bent over by a bear. Andy states matter-of-factly. In all my years, the general starts to say. Andy cuts him off. I know you must be asking yourself, wouldn't a bear have a little too much equipment for that? Andy starts to say, enough. Sergeant Shockley, dispose of this thing. Andy, Johnson orders. Right away, sir. Melvin grabs the figure. No. Do you know how long that took? Andy shouts as Melvin smashes the figure on the ground. Bits and pieces of it fly off in various directions. Come on, man. Andy tries to walk away from his desk and towards Melvin, his hand already turned to a fist. Private, one more step and it's latrine duty till the end of your service. Johnson points his finger at Andy, who thankfully stops. This unit is a disgrace. Not a proper uniform in sight, desk not up to code, propaganda covering the walls, and insubordination of bounds. Then this comes across my desk. Johnson holds up a transparent newspaper. Patriotic Parrot Press is stamped on it. Oh no. You're told to stop with this filth. Johnson flips through the pages violently. I mean, this space janitor story is ridiculous and stupid. Who the fuck needs a janitor of space? And who is a demented weirdo who flew out of human sex juices in space? Johnson screws up his face in disgust. Johnson flips through more pages. In a Lord of the Rings and Saving Private Ryan crossover? How dare you step on the feet of Spielberg and Tolkien? Johnson throws the newspaper to the ground. Clearly being banished down here does not work on you. Now they're just latrine duty. The general goes quiet. He stares at each of us. Fuck. Maybe this is a little nightmare. Any moment I'll wake up, pinch myself. Nope, still nightmare. Before you'll be going to the front. Perhaps there you will learn how to be proper soldiers. General yells. The front? Are you serious? Andy yells and the general turns in Andy's direction. Andy, be quiet, Frankie says to Andy, and thankfully he falls silent. You should avoid speaking out of turn, soldier, especially since you're going to the front. You might get shocked. Dismissed. The general's transparent form fades away from the disc. Hope all of you are happy, Melvin says. Happy? None of us did that, Frankie yells. Yeah, no, we wouldn't do that. Are you guys sure it was us? I ask. Military is never wrong, Private. Melvin folds his arms and sticks his head up. Sure, Frankie says. Meanwhile, Andy has taken a seat in his chair and is gone. Silent. Andy, any more thoughts? I ask. I thought they wouldn't find out, he mumbles to himself. What do you mean? Frankie walks towards Andy with an unblinking, angry stare. Immediately, I step between them and lean down to Andy. Andy, what happened? I asked. Printed off a few copies. Just a share on the base. I kept everything offline. Told everyone not to spread it around. I just wanted to tell more of the story. Is that so bad? I mean, come on. I thought it was tame enough for the military. If they found out, Andy stares at the ground. Clearly, they fucking found him, man. Jesus. Frankie walks away. Andy, come on. I lean back against my desk, trying to process the last few moments. Can't go to the front. None of us can. Silence encases the room. You report to us at 0400, not 0500, Andy. If not there by then, we will find you, Lola says. Fuck, man, just give us a moment, Frank says. You only have yourselves to blame. Melvin leaves the room as we sink into our own separate impressions. Guess that's the end of our good times. It was fun while it lasted.